This, the scene today. Relatives of Israeli hostages being held by Hamas standing by the Gaza fence. They're taking turns shouting messages of support and hope that the captives might hear them. Last week marked 3 months since Hamas first invaded southern Israel, capturing 240 hostages. As it stands, more than 130 are still being held. Well, 9 News is going to join with DU and the Denver Gazette for a forum on the crisis in Israel and Gaza.
Ahead of that, we want to bring in Professor Micheline Ishay, the moderator, joining us this afternoon, just so we can pick your brain a little bit, starting with, why is this forum right now so important for people to hear and talk about?
We're already 100 days, close to 100 days after the October 7 attack. So it's a good moment to reflect as to where we were and where the prospects for potential peace processes. So, so a good timing to do that, January 17.
You will be there, but tell us about the panel. Who will be there to help us, enlighten us, the panel of experts?
So the panel of experts are coming from different religious ethnic groups. They're all experts on the Middle East, and so we're going to just showcase and model our capacity to critically engage each other in a way that shows a little bit what was missing on campuses in the past 3 months. And so hopefully we have that as a way to start new form of conversations.
Yeah. And you mentioned 100 days. Can you give us just kind of a brief synopsis of where we are now with this conflict today?
Where we are even today, it's a lot of things happening every day. We have the United States Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, who's in the region attempting to sort of de-escalate the potential regional escalations. We have currently, both in Egypt and Qatar, effort to mitigate or to have hostage release, but that's still an ongoing conversations. And also today started the first hearing of the South African government at the International Court of Justice with respect to Israeli allegations for having committed genocidal acts and incitements against Palestinians in Gaza. So that will be tomorrow will be the response of what the South African has done. So we will be discussing that at our event on January 17.
It's been 100 days of violence. It has certainly grabbed the attention of the world, but the reaction around the world has been volatile as well, including here in the United States. And you mentioned college campuses. I imagine your hope is to have a discussion about this as opposed to some of the vitriol we've seen where people seem to be reacting violently to one side or the other.
Yes, we're trying to just, it is possible to hold more than one truth at the same time, and then we're trying to actually suggest that that's a possibility. It is potentially a turning point. This is a major catastrophe for certainly the Israeli and the Gazan and the Palestinian people, and possibly during turning points, we can just contribute in advancing the conversations towards why peace processes fail, and perhaps now they will just have a new life. So that's with that hope we'll continue those conversations.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We've even felt those passionate views. I mean, a lot in Denver, around Colorado. Just yesterday at the state capitol, there were more protests for Palestine. So I'm curious, for those who want to come out or are going to turn on the stream and listen, what do you hope people take away?
We hope that they can see that there is the bipolarization, the polarizations is not the most effective way to address this conflict, that it would be best to critically engage and retain conversations that lead to something that is better than where we are at this current time. So that's potentially the first takeaway we would like to see happen, and then we will continue. The Center of Middle East Studies at the University of Denver is having a lot of those events coming up, and should make sure that we all posted you. So we would love to have as many attendees as possible because we have a absolutely terrific panel.
Well, hopefully it is that. Hopefully it's an enlightening discussion, and we look forward to being a part of it. Thank you as always. Good to see you again, Micheline Ishay.
Thank you. In this partnership with the Denver Gazette, Colorado Politics, and the University of Denver, we want you to tune in and watch. You can stream the forum live on 9news.com and 9 News Plus from 5 to 7 o'clock. This is next Wednesday night.